What do you think is the biggest decision you can make with your print-on-demand store? Some people would say it's the name, and then they spend a bunch of time going through all of the different domain providers trying to find the perfect .com name for their store. Some other people would say it's the logo, and then they end up creating multiple different versions until they find something that actually fits the look and feel of the store that they are going for. And others will say it's the place that you decide to actually open your print-on-demand store. I'm talking about whether or not you're going to make an Amazon shop, an Etsy store, or even a Shopify store. And if you're wondering, the best answer there is Shopify. But for the sake of this video, that's not the most important thing that we are going to be talking about. In most cases, the biggest thing that people need to figure out when it comes to starting a print-on-demand store is what products they are actually going to be selling. Now, I would imagine if you clicked this video, you're most likely interested in selling print-on-demand t-shirts. And most people would say, hey, t-shirts are cool. Lots of people buy lots of different t-shirts. And according to research, approximately 2 billion t-shirts are sold every single year. Does that mean that t-shirts are a great print-on-demand product to sell? If you're someone that's looking to use a print-on-demand store to give you some awesome side income? In my opinion, the answer is simply no, especially in the year 2022. And in this video, I'll be sharing my experience with print-on-demand stores and how almost 4 years ago, I stopped selling t-shirts almost entirely. In the video today, I'll show you the product that I first began selling and some of the results that I got with it. We'll take a look at the suppliers you can get it from, and I'll even show you where you can watch me review some samples from numerous different print-on-demand suppliers. But first, if you're new here, hey Joe, it's Folks here. I make videos here on my channel to help you start, grow, or scale your print-on-demand store. If you are new, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you want some help opening your Shopify store and getting started with Facebook ads, make sure to check out my POD for Dummies course. The link is down in the description. There's almost 30 videos there showing you step by step how to actually build out your print-on-demand store. And of course, make sure to drop a like on the video. These do take a little while to put together, and when you like the video, it helps YouTube to show this to a wider audience. So thanks for doing that. Let me show you this screenshot right here. I've blurred out the product name on it because I want to build some suspense here and then reveal what product I was actually selling. But you can see that the date is way back in 2018. Like I said, this was right after I stopped selling t-shirts. Like most people, my first print-on-demand store was a t-shirt store. After a little bit of trial and error with that t-shirt store, I ended up figuring out how to make sales, and I actually ended up selling that store on the Shopify store exchange. As I was beginning to think about my next store, all of these print-on-demand companies started coming out with a bunch of new, really awesome products that made a lot more profits than t-shirts. So I stopped selling them. And if you haven't really heard me talk about not selling shirts, make sure to check out this video here. I go through really all of the reasons in depth, but to summarize, the first is that they're just really low profit. If you are attempting to use any sort of an ad to make your sales, it's going to be highly unlikely that you will actually be able to be profitable with a t-shirt. The second reason is the saturation. There are just so many t-shirt sellers out there. Basically any niche that you want to sell in, there's likely going to be hundreds of thousands of other people also selling shirts inside of that niche. And if you just choose better, more unique products, you're going to be able to cut through that saturation much easier. So for me, even though I had created a profitable t-shirt store that I ended up selling, I began selling some new product. Do you guys want to see the product that I first started selling that eventually allowed me to really scale my print-on-demand stores and make some real money? It's this. It's a hooded blanket. This here is a post from the owner of a print-on-demand company called WC Fulfillment. You can see he made this post back in 2018 in early June announcing that they were going to be releasing a hooded blanket. And this is the post that I made talking about selling it. Just about a month later, I was already able to begin crushing it with this product. And before we actually take a look at what other suppliers have this product now, and we talk about the quality of them, and I show you where you can watch me review some samples of this product. Now, before we take a look at which suppliers actually have this product now, and I show you where you can watch me review a bunch of samples of this product, I just want to say if you want to sell shirts that's fine. I'm just trying to give some of my experience with print on demand and running profitable stores for the last 5 years. This is something that I now do full time. About 2 years ago, I left my job to pursue print on demand. So at this point, my experience is something that has actually produced a lot of results. And again, at the end of the day, if you want to sell shirts, that's perfectly fine. I'm just trying to share my experience. Basically, in my opinion, if you want to have the best shot at actually creating a side hustle that produces some good income, you're going to want to take a look at the products that you're actually selling. If you're just making $2 or $3 in profit per sale on t-shirts, it's going to take you a lot of sales to actually make any real money. If you want to see some of the products that I recommend, I would suggest checking out some of my other videos. I've done series where I've broken down tons of really profitable print-on-demand products. So the first company we're going to look at that has the hooded blanket is a company called T-Launch. Now, theirs is a little bit interesting, and that's why I showed it first, because theirs actually has mittens on it where you can actually print on them as well. Essentially, every single hooded blanket is going to be the same. It's a blanket with a hood, and they have some sort of a fuzzy fleece or even sometimes a Sherpa inside of the blanket. And your design goes on the outside. This version here from T-Launch is going to ship from Utah. T-Launch is a Shopify app that you can install on your store. You can see that the blanket is 80 by 60 inches. Shipping on it is going to cost you about $10, and the base cost of this product ranges from $41 up to about $46. Now, some of the other suppliers that we're going to look at today have this product priced a little bit lower, so if you are worried about profit margins, I would check some of those out. Just to give you an example here is a store that is selling lots of different hooded blankets, and you can see that their pricing is $74.99 up to $84.99. I've seen stores sell this product a little bit higher than that, and I've also seen stores price it a little bit lower. In my opinion, if you're starting out with this product, I would say a $69 price point is probably a good start. And I do have some videos on my channel where I discuss some other print-on-demand pricing strategies that you could check out as well. Here is our second supplier that has the hooded blanket product. You can see, similar to T-Launch, that theirs has a fuzzy interior. However, the difference is that there is no mittens like the T-Launch version. This one is from a company called Subliminator. Their price is going to be just $37. This includes shipping as well. So if you're selling to the USA, UK, Germany, or even Europe, you are not going to pay an additional shipping charge, and your total cost will be just $37, which is much different than our T-Launch version here, which is $41 to $46 plus a $10 shipping charge, right? When you add that in, your total cost is really about $51 to $56. Compared that to the Subliminator version, which is just $37, including the shipping. And like I said earlier, if you want to see me review some samples of this product from several different print-on-demand suppliers, check out this video here. This is a video that I actually made years ago here on my YouTube channel. So when you watch it, it's a little bit amateurish, if I'm being honest, because at this point, I have a better camera. I've honestly become a little bit more comfortable on camera, and just check out that video. You'll know what I mean. That was a video from back when I was like new to YouTube. But in the video, I review I think 3 different hooded blankets from 3 different suppliers. I will drop the link to that video in the first comment of this video, so that way if you want to just go there easily, you would be able to. And here is our third supplier. This one is from Printify, which is going to be a similar price point to that of the Subliminator option, except you would need a Printify premium account to get the price down to $36, and then you would still have to pay the $8 shipping fee. This is a product that I actually have not reviewed. I have not handled the Printify version of this. It does look pretty similar to some of the other ones. Again, it's a blanket with a hood, and it has a fuzzy interior. It's pretty standard in terms of this product across all different suppliers. Here is our fourth supplier. This one is Pillow Profits. Now, Pillow Profits is a print-on-demand company that actually costs money to use. All of the other apps that we looked at today are free. You can just install them on your Shopify store. Pillow Profits does have a fee every single month of $29 or so and change to be able to use their app. Their hooded blanket comes in 2 different linings. They have one lining that is this fuzzy Sherpa, and then they also have another one that is fleece, I believe. In terms of pricing, this one's going to be $48, and it includes shipping, which is a little bit higher than both the Subliminator and the Printify option. They also have another version that they call their economy blanket, which again, it just has a different interior. If you remember, the one before had like that brown Sherpa. This one has a white fleece. This one here is going to be a little bit cheaper. You'll be able to get the adult version here for just $41.99. So not a huge price difference, but there is a little bit of a price difference there. So if you wanted to use this one instead to be able to get more margins out of it, you would be able to. Our fifth supplier is WC Fulfillment. This is the one that I was referencing in my earlier videos. This one here is going to cost you $39.99. There is no additional shipping charge here with this blanket. And in terms of the actual setup of it, it is very similar to some of the other ones that we looked at today. One quick little disclaimer here, because every single time I talk about the print-on-demand company WC Fulfillment, people end up looking it up on the Shopify App Store and they see that there are a bunch of really bad reviews. Now, one thing I must say is I don't know what's going on with WC Fulfillment. I have no inside information. I have not talked to anybody there. I have not even my own experience anytime lately with their company. But what I do know is they used to have a really, really active Facebook group. That is where the posts that I showed you earlier are from. And nowadays that Facebook group is completely dead. There is no new members, there is no new posts, and I don't really know what happened to the print-on-demand company in general. The owner of the company used to have a really active Facebook profile and a really active YouTube channel where he talked about print-on-demand, and for the last 2 years or so, he hasn't made any uploads at all. So I'm not sure what's going on with them. They do have an active Shopify app still, and at times I have asked other people if they are using them, and I have heard people say that they are using them and that everything is working just fine. But I don't know what's going on. So if you see reviews on their app from more recent, I don't have any idea what is actually happening. So let me know what you think. Hooded blankets, are they a product that you may want to sell on your store? Now, a lot of you guys, if you're watching this video right now, meaning in the month of May, as I have uploaded this, you might be saying, well, Joe, summertime is coming up. Could this actually be a good product for summertime, or is this something that I should sell in the winter? I think that's a fair question, right? Because obviously during the winter, people might be more likely to actually wear a hooded blanket, but I have to speak from my experience. If you remember at the beginning, I showed you the screenshot here showing myself starting to sell this product when it was brand new. And if you look at the date, I was selling it in the summer. So based on my experience, this product still sells in the summertime. People could bring this to the beach. People could wear this around the campfire. And honestly, when people are indoors during the summer, the temperature is usually regulated by an air conditioner. So indoors, they could definitely use the blanket. But regardless, let me know what you think. Is this a product that you might sell on your store? If it is, let me know in the comments which supplier you're thinking about going with. And as always, thank you for checking out the video here today. And I'll see you in the next one.